I've lived many years more than I would like to tell, and the funny thing is that over time, we realize that the days go by quickly, but the lessons take time to arrive. Time is a teacher of that. There is no doubt, but it teaches slowly, and only those who have lived as long as I have can understand how certain truths reveal themselves too late. I wish I had noticed some of them earlier, but I'm here now to share what I've learned with you. Before, time teaches you the hard way at this point in your life. You must have. I overheard someone say that older people who are still sexually active are depleting their life force. When we're young, we feel like our bodies are indestructible, right? We think we can cope with anything. Late nights, junk food, not exercising. We believe these things won't harm us because we're energetic. Our skin looks healthy and our bodies react quickly. But the reality is that underneath, our bodies are changing, gradually, but surely, and those habits that appear harmless, even seemingly innocent. Everyday actions can start to have consequences so small we might not see them at first. You might think this is just a normal part of getting older. But are we aging naturally, or are we making it happen faster without knowing? Think carefully about your daily life. Consider the little things, like that extra cup of coffee, those nights you don't sleep well, or not getting enough exercise. These small, regular things add up quietly over time. Have you ever considered how these little habits impact your body in the long run? I'm not only talking about the aches and tiredness you might feel today. I'm talking about something more profound, something that shows up in ways we don't always connect to these habits. For example, did you know that even your inner health, like the creation of semen, can be impacted by these choices? Yes, even that. Something so small, yet so important to our inner strength. Not many people know that a decline in this can be directly tied to the habits we pick up without a second thought. It's your body's quiet way of saying something's off. But it's so subtle that we only realize it when the changes have already happened. Did you know that your diet, how active you are, and even your sleep can affect such sensitive internal processes? I didn't. Not until experience taught me. And the truth is, this doesn't happen all at once, like a sudden shock. It's slow. It's hidden, and that's what makes it so risky. Our bodies communicate with us in quiet ways. He shows us hints in many ways, but often we don't pay attention. By the time we understand, the harm is already there. I want to help you see these hints earlier. Time can teach us, but it can also take things away from us, like our energy and strength, a little bit each day, if we aren't careful. These warnings are very quiet, like whispers, and with our busy lives, we often don't notice them. I didn't notice them for a long time either. I thought the tiredness I felt each morning was just because I was getting older, not because my body was trying to tell me something. I only figured it out much later. So, I ask you, are you paying attention to what your body is telling you now? Getting older is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice, being patient, and most importantly, being wise. I used to think getting older in a healthy way was just luck or good genes. That's silly. Now I understand it's very different. Aging well is a choice you make every day. It's about constantly taking care of yourself and deciding to respect your body by giving it what it needs. Youth deceives us, makes us believe that the body will continue to function in the same way forever. But this is not the case. The body, in fact, is like a garden. If you neglect the garden, it will wither no matter how much it has bloomed in the past if you don't take care of the soil, the water, the light. The plants begin to lose strength, and with the body, it is no different. The problem is that many times we only realize how much we have neglected the body when it starts to fail. It was like that with me, I thought. That my energy, my vigor, My inner vitality would be there forever. But suddenly everything started to change. Little things, a lack of energy here, a tiredness that did not go away there, until I started to notice something else, more intimate, more subtle things. My libido, my sexual energy even. The amount of seminal fluid, something I had never stopped to think about, began to change. And it was at that moment that I understood the body needs attention. The body asks for care, and it does so in ways that we often ignore. Aging wisely is not just about accepting the changes that come with time. It's about learning to work with them, to take care of yourself in a way that preserves your vitality. That's why today, I ask you, what are you doing now to take care of your body? What are you doing to make sure he stays strong, healthy, and functioning well tomorrow? I know that many times we think we already do enough. I thought so, too. I ate what I wanted, slept when I could move little, but the body needs more. He needs more. He needs movement. He needs movement. He needs movement. He needs quality rest, and don't think that this only affects the external part, the skin, the hair, the weight number. What we are talking about here is much deeper. What you eat, the amount of water you drink, how much you move, all of this affects your body from the inside, affects your body from the inside, affects the production of hormones, affects your vital energy. Our body is a complex system, and everything is interconnected. Therefore, if you want to age wisely, you need to start now to take care of what you do daily. Don't let your body wear out without realizing it. Don't let your body wear out without realizing it. Don't expect the signs to be so evident that they can't be reversed. Taking care of the body is a silent job, almost invisible, but which over time brings immeasurable rewards. If I had known this before, I would have done a lot of things differently. But it's never too late, and now I want you to know, aging, well, is a choice, and you can start today making decisions that will reflect not only on your appearance, but on your vigor, your energy, and even the subtlest parts of your body. Because in the end, the true art of aging is to take care of the body as it deserves. Old age is the ideal time to break with certain myths once and for all, especially with regard to sexuality. Sexual desire has no expiration date and should be part of life at any stage, including the most mature phase. Many, out of fear or embarrassment, end up ignoring this essential aspect. But the fact is that when practiced in a healthy way, sexuality remains an important source of pleasure, connection, and well-being, both physical and emotional. One of the biggest obstacles that prevent many people from fully living their sexuality in old age is prejudice, whether external coming from society or internal carried by the person who himself. There is a misconception that sex is something exclusive to young people, as if it were a privilege that disappears over time. However, the reality is different. As we age, physical intimacy can become even more meaningful, as it has a value that goes beyond the simple physical act. Contact, closeness, and emotional bonding gain, depth being crucial for maintaining a full life. Another common barrier is concern about performance or the body's natural changes. Over the years, it is normal for the body to behave differently, but that does not mean that pleasure has to decrease. On the contrary, with accumulated experience, there is greater freedom to explore sexuality without the pressures of meeting unrealistic expectations. The key is to adapt to change and look for ways to maintain an active sex life that brings sex satisfaction to you and your partner without the need to follow old patterns. In addition, sexuality in old age offers benefits that go beyond immediate pleasure. Believe me, if practiced in a healthy way, respecting your limits, an active sex life can improve mental health, strengthen the immune system, and even reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease during sex hormones. such as endorphins and oxytocin, are released, promoting being real, leaning stress and improving mood. By avoiding sexuality, you may be losing one of the greatest allies for your physical and emotional health. So don't take it seriously when they tell you that you are decreasing your vitality by performing this practice. It is important to take into account that each person is unique, and there is no universal formula for what your sex life should be like in old age. The essential thing is that you feel comfortable with your choices if desire is still a part of your life. Don't let age or prejudice stop you from living it. Seek information. Talk to your partner, and if necessary, consult health professionals so that this vital part of your existence continues to be a source of joy and satisfaction, even as the years go by. After all, life doesn't stop, and pleasure doesn't have to stop either. I've come this far to tell you something you may need to hear right now. It's never too late. It's never too late to start over, to take care of yourself, to discover new and surprising aspects about your own body. It doesn't matter if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or even beyond. There is still time to learn how to improve your quality of life, time to make different choices that shape a healthier and more vibrant future. Every decision you make today, tomorrow, or even a week from now can have a transformative impact on how you live the next few years. It took me a while to realize this myself. For a long time, I thought that certain things were already out of my reach, as if my body had passed an invisible line. And from then on, decline was inevitable. But I realized in time that this is not the case. We underestimate our own power of transformation. The body is incredibly adaptable and resilient, and the way we take care of it can make a difference that you might not even imagine right now. I realize this, and I hope you realize it too, because there is still time to make these changes. You may have already noticed some subtle changes in your body. Maybe your energy is no longer the same as before, or maybe you've noticed that your libido has decreased, that your mood no longer keeps up with the rhythm of your mind. Or maybe you've noticed something as specific as the amount of seminal fluid your body produces. Yes, they are signs that time is passing, but they are not signs that time is passing, but they are not signs that the end is near. In fact, they are indicative that a new phase is beginning, a phase in which you can, with accumulated wisdom, make conscious and profound adjustments that will strengthen and revitalize you. I made these changes, and believe me, they changed everything for me. It wasn't easy at first, but it was rewarding now. My energy is different. My disposition is renewed, and the quality of life I have today is a direct result of these choices. And if I did it, so can you. It is a journey, yes, and it will not always be linear, but it is a journey of self-care, self-knowledge, and above all, reconnection with one's own body. So I ask, are you ready to start this journey with me? Because if you are, I can assure you that the rewards go far beyond what you imagine. Life still has a lot to offer, and the best time to start is now. Let's transform your future together. So now that you know it's never too late to transform your life, what you do today can change everything. If you've made it this far, it means you're ready to take the first step. But the journey is just beginning. Think about what it would be like to wake up tomorrow with more energy. More energy, with the feeling that you are in control of your body and your future. Imagine how this can impact not only your life, but the people around you. Isn't it motivating too? Know that you have the power to make that change. And now I have a special invitation for you. If this content was useful to you, imagine how much it can help other people who are living this same phase of life. So subscribe to the channel right now to continue receiving valuable tips like this. Don't forget to leave your like this. Helps us reach more people. And of course, pass this video on to friends and family who could benefit from this message. Oh, and I want to know about you. Leave in the comments where you are talking how this video impacted you. Your opinion is very important, and I read all the comments with affection. And before we wrap up, there's something else you need to know on the screen. A link to an upcoming video that you need to watch will appear. This video is the perfect complement to what we talked about here, and will help you even more to transform your life. So don't waste time. Click on the link and continue this transformation journey with me.